Hello viewers, tonight we're going to take a look at some Christmas trees. I'd like to get two new Christmas trees this year. I want to get a new one for the bedroom because that one is really starting to fall apart, and I want to get a new one for downstairs because the one that I used downstairs last year, I brought it to work, so I'm using it there. So I was at the Home Depot recently, and I was thrilled to see that they still have an entire shelf of incandescent Christmas lights. C7, C9, and Mini. They're all clear, but there was both white and colored. So that's great. I did buy a handful of them. I didn't see any frosted ones, which is what I really want to find, but I'm glad they at least have the clear ones because those are totally acceptable. I looked at the Christmas trees and I saw one, caught my eye immediately. I remember seeing it last year. It was this one here. I want a 7.5 foot for both of these trees. This is a pre-lit tree, and I know it's LED. I get that, and I don't like LED, but let's just take a closer look here. This has 1,200 lights on it, and they're not regular LED lights. These are those little ones that look like pieces of rice. They're these. And I looked at this in the store, and I know things look differently in the store than they're going to look in the bedroom or the downstairs, but even next to other traditional LED Christmas lights, this looks fantastic. I haven't seen the colors, but I saw the white, which is probably what I would use most of the time, and it's a very nice warm glow. Kind of looks like an incandescent kind of color. So last year I really wanted to get one, but it was like 500 or 600 beans, and I just couldn't rationalize that. This year, I guess they've been out for a couple of years now, is 299 beans. That's still a lot of money, but I think I'm going to get this one, and I'm going to use this downstairs this year. And the reason why I'm okay with spending so much money on it is because I'm going to be using this for a long time, as long as it doesn't break, because most likely next year I'll be in the new location, and so I'm going to have a living room with a Christmas tree in it. So I want to get a really nice big Christmas tree for the living room, and I'd rather spend the money this season when I have extra money floating around, because next year the money's going to be tighter for a little while. So I think I'm going to get this year. It's a lot of beans, but yeah, I think it'll be a reasonable investment. I'm going to enjoy it this year downstairs, and then next year use it in the living room or something somewhere else. So this is one of the trees I'm going to get. I'll get this one for downstairs. Now, the one for the bedroom I haven't decided yet. Oh, I was at Home Depot and I also saw this, which I thought was kind of cool, but now I'm seeing it's 70 beans. I'm not so sure. I think that's kind of ridiculous, but I don't know, maybe I'll grab that at the end of the year when it goes on sale. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll go back there at the end of the season, and I'm just going to buy out the rest of the C7s and the C9s because they get really cheap at the end of the year, like a couple dollars a box. And I don't know how much longer they're going to be available. I'm going to need a lot more sets next year, so I may go back and wipe them out at the end of the year. Anyways, so for the bedroom, I haven't picked anything out for the bedroom yet. The bedroom tree, I have been reluctant to replace it because the tree has some sentimental value to it. My grandmother got me that tree back in like the early 2000s. There was a my grandfather put a piece of tape on a bag that it was in with a year on it. I want to say it was 2001 or 2004. Those two numbers I'm picturing on the tag. I think it was 2001. Anyway, so she bought me that tree when I used to be over there a lot, and I used it in my bedroom over there. And they store all this stuff in the attic because that's the only storage space that they have. And so the tree naturally is starting to kind of fall apart after being in the attic for so many years through the summer when it's hot. And a couple of years ago, my grandmother was finna toss the thing out because I wasn't setting it up over there because I wasn't staying over there much anymore. And I said, "No, I'll take it. I'll use it over here." And so I used it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. And then last year, it lost so many needles. And I noticed some of the branches were starting to look kind of shabby because they've been losing so many needles. So I think it's just time to replace it. I don't think it's going to last another year. So the dilemma with this tree, the requirements are a little more stringent for this tree because not that the bedroom is small, but with the way the furniture layout is, you have the furniture on the outside, the clothes bureau, and then the shelf with the phones on it, and then the other tall drawers thing, and then the desk, and then the bedside table, and then the bed is in the middle. And so you don't have a whole lot of walking room. Like, it's plenty of room to walk around as it is, but if you put a 2.5-foot Christmas tree in between the bed and the shelf, you're not getting by. So I have to get a very, very narrow Christmas tree for the bedroom, which narrows down the selection quite a bit. They're usually called pencil trees, so that's what I typed in here. And I'm going to get commentary on this. Yes, I would rather buy this kind of a product in the flesh because this is purely an aesthetic, well, not purely, but almost exclusively an aesthetics product. And of course, sometimes they post these images on the computer and then they go in there and do like Digitan stuff and make it look different than it really does. And so I don't like to buy products that are important aesthetics on the computer, but I looked at the Home Depot and they didn't really have anything as far as the narrow trees are concerned. So I'm going to take my chances on Amazon's. And I think for this one, we'll set a budget of around 100 beans. I don't really want a pre-lit one. I'd rather put my own lights on it. I want a 7.5 foot because the bedroom ceiling is 8 feet, so 7.5 gets you right to the top, plus the room for the star, and as narrow as possible. So this one looks like it's really narrow. That's a 7.5. Let's take a look at that one. That's 4.5, 4.5. A blue. Funny man. 7.5. That's awfully expensive. That's too expensive. But those are also pre-lit anyways. Well, that's not out of range. Oh, that's a 6 foot. Disregard. 7.5. No pre-lit. That's within budget. We'll take a look at that one. That one. That one. That's kind of expensive though. Never had a snowy tree before. I could see this making a mess. I don't want no messes. I don't like mess. Which is ironic because my studio room was like a disaster. Let's see what else we got here. 7 feet, I would take a 7 foot. That one looks pretty narrow. It's a lot of beans though. Holy mackerel, 390 beans for that. What the heck? Kind of like that one, but I want something more than 6 feet, I think. And 9 feet's too tall, it ain't gonna fit. Oh, I'll look at that. I want to provide some commentary on that, but I'm not going to get that one. It's too expensive. 92 beans, that's not bad. It looks nice and full. Of course, it's just a photograph, but 16 feet. Wow, that's tall. How the heck even assemble that thing? 9 foot 7'5", 180. That's too much. Yeah, that looks really cool. Looks like it just snowed outside and the lights outside. That's too wide. Go minus 5 foot. That's too short. Alright, let's see here. And try a different query. See, are we getting anything different here? Ain't looking like it. I wonder how tall that is. I like that. Probably not tall enough though. I looked at these very briefly a couple of days ago. There was one that had like pine cones on it. No, I'm not seeing it. Some of these look incredible. Do they have a category of narrow here? Let's do unlit, that's fine. I think we're what kind of funny man goof thing is that? I think we've kind of looked through most of it here. These look so real. What? What stupid product? You have to be outside of your mind to put that in the house. What is wrong with some of these people? Alright, that's good enough. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Alright, so this one is 109 beans. Let's see if I know some people have been posting pictures in their comments now. Let's see if there's any photographs from the customers. Ah, there is. Okay, so these photos, I'm kind of a little bit more confident in their accuracy. Hey, they did a nice job on that. That don't look too bad. It looks very, very narrow, which is good. That's what I need. Not bad. Not bad. See, that's a mess I didn't want. I don't want no mess. Because you know what's going to happen is in a couple of years, that's going to start coming off and it's not going to look right. I think we're going to scratch it. Oh, this was the one that I saw a couple of days ago. It's got the pine cones and the berries on it. This is 89 beans. It looks, I mean, it's very artificial, but it looks decent. Yeah, I'm wondering now if I should take the same approach as I did for the one downstairs and get a nicer one. Because this too is something I'm going to be using for years. Now, why would you not get a 16 foot and put it there? Why would you? What? Ah, this one ain't doing it for me. This looks kind of cheesy. Yeah, I think I'd like the pine cones too, but I don't know. It's not bad, but I don't know. You know, I have the one in the computer room. That one looks really nice. That's a good, very realistic tree. And that one, I got that one years ago. That was when like the pre-lit trees was kind of fresh on the market. That thing was expensive. I don't even want to know how much that thing cost. And I've been using that for. I had it in 2012 at least. So it's been about a decade. And so far, that one's never had a problem with that one. It lights up every year, no problem. The branches are still good. You know, so if you use it for that long, which I do typically keep things for that long, then it'd be worth spending a little bit more money than getting one of these. It's way too expensive. It looks just like the other ones. I'm kind of leaning towards one of the more realistic ones now. That's kind of nice. Looks very full. I have one like this. There's two trees that I used downstairs last year. And one of them has branches like what you're seeing on the left here. And it looks nice. I really like it. And what's good about this is it doesn't make a mess. It's not going to wear out. You know, because I did is they kind of like frayed the end of the material. So it's not like a coating on there. It's just the material itself. So this isn't going to make a mess. Yeah, but it's pre-lit though. Oh, you get one with pine cones. That's pretty nice. I think we'll keep that as an option. I mean, these all pretty much look the same. 69, that's probably the cheapest. Move that one over to the front here. Okay, now this, again, the picture may not look like the actual thing, but this looks super realistic. This ain't narrow though, so this probably isn't gonna work for the bedroom. Oh, it's only 6.5 feet anyways. Oh, here we go, 75. What's the dimensions on this thing? Well, that's not correct. And that's probably just, no, that can't be anything. 26 by 9.5 by 11? What? This is at the box maybe? What is the diameter? Let's see here. 58-inch diameters. That's not going to fit in the bedroom. Just out of curiosity, does it really look as good as they claim it does? Yeah, it does. That really does look like a real tree. But it's not going to fit in the room. It's not tall enough. Huh. That's way too short. That looks kind of cool. Let's see. I always like the outside lights in the snow. Oh, these are LED. Their colors ain't gonna look right. .28-inch. That's not bad. And not showing no photographs. It's only 6.5. I don't want a 6.5. How tall is this? 20 by 20 by 50. Not for 124 beans. No way. That's wild. This is the same price as the original one we was looking at. 50 foot. That's only a 5 foot. How much is this? 209. 7.5. I mean, that looks really realistic. That's incredible. Let's see, what is the diameter on this thing? 58 inches at the bottom. That's going to be too wide as well. It's not going to fit in a bedroom. It's going to be too wide too, I can already tell. Oh, that's too many beans. Look at that. That's crazy. It's just a cheap plastic mold, but it looks amazing. 45 inches base diameter. That's not crazy. That could potentially fit. Let's see if we got any photographs. A free metal tree. How is the stand free? You need the stand. They're acting like the stand is like a free bonus. You need the stand to use the thing. 45-inch base. That's not too bad. I got to take some measurements, but I don't think 45 would be outlandish. There's no photographs. It looks semi-dilapidated in the photograph. I don't want to trust that for 250 beans. 409. That's too much. .30 inches in the base. That's good. But there's ones that are much cheaper than that. What the heck? Why would you want an upside down freak show? Well, you have to be a nutcase to use that. And there's a lot of ratings. Like, what do people do with this? What? What? I will leave it up all year? Yeah, these is nutcases that This is a crazy tree. That is, that's funny, man. What? There's a whole mess of them. Why would you want that? I said people are crazy. People are just absolutely crazy. Okay. 400 beans? No. No. $350 beans? No. Not for a little narrow tree. Oh, but looks nice. That looks really nice, very realistic. 100 beans, how come it's, why is it so much more now? Well, we're not doing that. Okay, so we're back to this here. That's a pre-lit, which I don't particularly want. And this is, this is not a pre-lit, that's 79 beans. Oh, it's 99, that's expensive compared to the others. I kind of like this with the pine cones. I think we're going to scratch this one because of the mess it's going to make. I don't want to deal with that mess. So we got this one, which is poorly rated. Is there a non-pre-lit option? How tall is this one? 4 feet, that's too small. That looks really nice though. Wow. Huh. Well, it looks like it's gonna be. That's only 6. Oh, there's a 7.5 foot. I suspect this would probably make a mess too, though. Nah. Alright, so we've got 3 I think that we'll choose from. This one to me is looking the nicest. Let's see what the diameter is on this one. 32 inches, that's good. 32 inches is a good diameter for the bedroom. No, this tree does not come with pre-lights. I just put up my Christmas tree. Yeah, you know, that kind of looks like the photograph. I guess it's gonna be. This is a number of more beans. It's 90 beans. This is 70 beans. That looks really cheap to me. And there's no real photographs of it. I guess it'll be between these two. Let's see if there's any real photographs of this one. Yeah, there's photographs. Let's see here. This shape on this one's kind of weird. It's only 17 inches across? What? 17? How wide is it claimed to be? That's gonna be too small. "22 inches wide." That ain't gonna work. We're gonna go with this one. 32 inches. Is that no? Yeah, 32. But that's not. It can't be. Is it 90 inches tall? Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. 32 inches, I think, is a decent diameter for the tree in the bedroom. So we'll go with this one. We'll get this tree, and I'll use this one in the bedroom this year. Okay, so that decides it. These are the two trees that we'll get. We'll get the this one for the downstairs, and this one for the bedroom.